Now Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
He gets him moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on third.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Throwing Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Rodgers on the return. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. He shot in, Siiigh, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Siiigh, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Patriots at 3-5, 2 games under 500. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. After one, it's 9-0.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Colts 9, Patriots.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Rodgers to return it. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Running left, Taylor. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
On 3rd down, Jones. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They're going to try and throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Tyquan Thornton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Thornton. And that trims the lead down to 9. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw is Taylor. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 38, Prescott. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you
look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And this is secured by the Patriots. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. Folks, kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal on their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Again, it's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
To me, the defense is a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just had more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. It brings up 2nd and 8.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8 coming up. Off play action. Jones. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Here's Jones on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's now 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
Parker's got it for a Patriots touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as well as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Prescott now. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably... There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
To throw, Prescott.
Rolling to his left.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runner.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Prescott.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern,
Sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Finding Pittman, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
Now Dak. And he's got Pierce. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Dak. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Joe Williams. And the Patriots have just about sewn up this football game. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for New England, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye.